What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you know, I'm your boy Elyk-G, and today I'm just getting back from the lot, and I figure I wanted to check my breathing and see if I had any oil in my catch can, just see how things are running. But I figured with the side plastic off, it'd be a good opportunity to show you guys what I do for my breather setup for the 143. And the reason why I do it is because stunting, a lot of times you got the bike just straight on 12 o'clock, or when you're scraping, or you stall it, whatever, or even when you crash for that matter. And the tendency happens to be is, especially if it lands on its left-hand side, the oil wants to come out of that crankcase breather area, and it's got to go somewhere. And if you don't have a long enough routing for your breathing, the oil's going to spit out somewhere. So if you just run a tube straight up to a filter, if it's 12 inches long, it's probably not long enough, and at some point you're going to have oil spitting out on something somewhere. The sucky part about that, it'll leak all the way down your frame, underneath your seat, get in all your wiring and stuff like that, and it's just ugly. So this is what I did to keep all of that from happening, and two, to make the engine run better, because I did notice after I installed the one breather that's on the head, if you start the engine without the hose on there, the amount of air that comes out of there and pressure, especially with the high compression piston on this 143, it's actually a decent amount. I didn't think it was that much, but like, it blows air out of there, like you feel it on your finger. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling on, and I'm gonna turn this around and show you what I have done for mine. I'm gonna pull it down a little bit. It might be a little bit ugly, but you'll get the general sense of what's going on. So here's my catch can, and we'll backtrack and loop it all the way over to here from where everything starts. So this is the breather hose that comes out of the back, and like I said, if you got the bike on 12 o'clock, this is now at the bottom of the engine, so like the oil's going to come up here and it could spew out, so it's got to go somewhere. And I have this hose that runs all the way up, and I don't know if you can see it back there, but it goes back there, and essentially I pulled it back this way as far as I can, so when it's on 12 it has to travel as far against gravity as possible as the pressure builds up. Now it's falling out a little bit because I pulled the catch can out for you, but that runs into this side. So as I mentioned before, I have my breather set up on the head, which is here, this out the way, which is there, and this tube runs here. Then, catch can's here, and then this tube here runs all the way up to this filter here. And generally, I just tuck this right in here, and once I put my plastic on, everything stays nice and cozy, no hoses are pinched. I'll push that back up in there, and yeah, that's my breather setup essentially. And the only time I've noticed now that I even get oil in the side is if I dump it and it falls on the left hand side, and since the breather's on this side, and I let it sit for a minute as I'm recovering from dumping it, and it's still running, and it just starts to push oil out this side, I guess, because that was the number one time I would notice I would spill oil all over the ground, was if I crash like that. Before, I only had the tube running from here, and it would go into my catch can, and I didn't have the tappet cover filter breather set up yet, and from here would just run up to the filter, and this would fill up, and from there, if I crashed, like if this had any oil in it, if I let it sit on the side, it would spew out into here. And I actually had this top part blocked off before, so it was only these two connections, and it led out to the filter. But anyway, I'm rambling now. But yeah, that's my breather setup. If you got any questions about it, I'm kind of trying to pause here to let y'all get good looks, good angles on everything. It might look a little bit crazy just with everything got going on, but again, I said long tube runs into the breather, tube from the head comes here, the other tube, long tube, up to the filter. But until next time, I'm your boy Elyk-G. This is my little bit of tips I got for you on how to keep oil from being all over your bike. Bike's a little dirty right now. I had to ride out in the rain yesterday, so she needs a bath. But anyway, don't forget to hit me up for stickers if you haven't already. I still got some. Shoot me your address, find me on Instagram, however it may be. But anyway, until next time, y'all, stay safe out there, ride safe, keep your head on the swivel, and see you in the next one.